Some manga take a little while to get going. Other mangas hit you with a light jog and then slowly sprint. Other mangas punch you in the face and then sorta slow down and then pick up the pace eventually. But ladies and gentlemen, Record of Ragnarok hit the ground running and just hasn't stopped. Like, it kinda caught me off guard. Like, it hit the ground running so fast. I was like, whoa, I'm gonna have to ask you to take a step back, slow down, let's try this again. I say that jokingly just for clarification. I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. It's actually a really good thing in my opinion. So before we get into the video, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, all the good stuff, and cue the intro. Now, when it comes to Record of Ragnarok, or also known as Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, it has a pretty basic premise. It's just a tournament between the gods and man, and whoever's the winner kind of chooses the fate or destiny of mankind, hence the term Ragnarok. If humanity loses in this tournament, they will be wiped from extinction. But my goodness, this manga is something else. I'm not gonna really try and spoil anything because every chapter is basically, or every few chapters I should say, there's like a major fight. Like, there have only been, I'm pretty sure, around four or five fights, and there's only been 29 chapters out so far, so I definitely recommend that you check it out. It's a really easy read. Like I said, the premise is pretty simple. And so without spoiling anything, I will say the fights, ladies and gentlemen, are just wow. Honestly, when it comes to the art and the illustration behind the fights, it's just amazing. And the overall flow of the fights is something really rare you see. Like, for a fight to flow so smoothly, I haven't seen that since like Dragon Ball Z. And just the overall character designs for most of the characters are just amazing. I love the way they present most of the characters. My favorite so far would have to be Jack the Ripper. Well, he would be my favorite if it wasn't for the stupid mustache. Like, he's such a good character, but I hate the mustache. It's just, shave it off, please, somebody. And just with the other characters, the creativity of the author behind the way he designed and gave these, like, characters certain powers. Zeus is really creative. Adam is a sick character. I love the way he tackled Thor's character design. I absolutely love it. And throughout every fight, you learn something, whether it's just the message that one of those fighters is trying to send through their backstory. So, like, halfway through the fight, you'll kind of get the backstories of both of the contestants. And so even though it's a little odd to see, it doesn't really disrupt the flow of the fight, which is a neat thing. You still get the story of the two contestants without it really disrupting or just killing the vibe of the entire fight. And so if you're just looking for an easy read that has a lot of cool hype moments, great fights, something a little more simple to kind of balance out all of the philosophical stuff you've been reading, like Villain Saga, Vagabond, Berserk, etc., 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 this is definitely a manga I would recommend. I've loved it so far. I think it's extremely entertaining. Again, the premise is simple, the characters are really stand out and great, the fights flow fantastically, and just it really does feel, and you're just kind of captivated with this tournament. There are very high stakes here, you know, if humanity loses, wiped from extinction, so it has like this sense of danger of all times. And in other words, again, the fights really do matter here. It doesn't feel like these guys are just fighting for no reason, and so it's just like, eh. Now, there is one looming question I have in the back of my head, and even though they explain it in the story, there is this moment within the manga that I felt like should have come way later. For instance, one of the fights I felt was extremely premature, but then again, I don't know what the author's trying to do long term, so I'll just keep my mouth shut about that. And for those of you that have read it, you know the exact fight I'm talking about. Like, that thing legitimately felt like it should have been a final fight, you know? It's not really a big criticism or knock against the story, it was just something that kind of bothered me a little bit, but this is by far astounding. I love it. Each of the fighters, like I've said so far that we've been presented, all stand out, and you can just kind of pick your favorite. All of the fights so far have been absolutely stellar. Me and a friend of mine this weekend, I believe, we're gonna rank each fight so far, and it just has a really fun and cool way of twisting some of the characters we love and know from different places. Again, this manga's strong suit, I would say, isn't exactly its depth, if you will, but if not, it's extremely entertaining, really cool. And I'm not trying to say like it's shallow or just cliche, but nah, it's not a heavy read. It's something that's really easy to read. Again, only 29 chapters so far, so I definitely recommend you to read this. Don't miss out. Try and catch up now before there's like 100 chapters out, and then you got to catch up on all 100 chapters. But yeah, the overall strengths of this manga, again, is just how entertaining it really is to read. So yeah, if you like the video, make sure again you like, subscribe, comment, and also if you want to see more Record of Ragnarok content, let me know what you guys want to see, what stuff I should do, what stuff I should talk about. Again, me and a buddy of mine this weekend will be doing a ranking of all of the fights so far, and we also might eventually do a ranking of all of the characters so far, or just our overall thoughts on each character. Might take it episode by episode. But yeah, this has been the Masked Man. Hope everyone has a blessed rest of the day, and peace.